bam! It's time for a review. What we're going to be looking at here today, I wanted to do kind of a Steel Brigade slash Steel Corps off, if you will. So I got some Valaverse Steel Brigades here, and I've got the Steel Corps Commander from G.I. Joe Classified. So I'm going to take a look at those. But you know what? Last episode, Jinx appeared and she gave us a brief that Snake Eyes is out on a mission. And Good Storm Shadow isn't actually Good Storm Shadow at all. He smells like death. Man, there's some crazy stuff going on in BAM Reviews land. I wonder what's going to happen next. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Snake Eyes, come in. This is Wild Bill. Do you read me? Snake Eyes? Oh, that's right. The silent type. Hey, man, Duke and I, we got the plan. We're going to keep all them rattlers busy. All you got to do, Snake Eyes, is get to the drop zone and execute your mission. Yee-haw! Poof. Now, Snake Eyes, you remember the Skyhawk, right? We left you the state-of-the-art, the latest of the line, called the Ghost Hawk. Treat her well. She'll get you where you need to be going. Yo, Joe! All right, well, I guess old Snake Eyes will check in when he's ready. So, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think my history here is there was a mail away in the Real American Hero line, and you could get Steel Brigade. And, he was a trooper. You could army build him. And I think currently G.I. Joe Classified does not have the rights to the name Steel Brigade. But they do have the rights to the name Steel Corps. But in essence, it's basically the same figure. So, Action Force here, this is the Steel Brigade, the Desert Steel Brigade. Action Force does have the rights to that name, I suppose, because this actually is Desert Steel Brigade. And if it's your first time with these Valaverse action figures, they're pretty synonymous with that of G.I. Joe Classified. I mean, you'll see the details here. They are pretty detailed, and they have the hyper articulation that you would expect from a 6-inch G.I. Joe Classified-like action figure. I really like them. I actually have 2 of these Desert Steel Brigade. You'll see there's one back there, and there's this guy here. Now, check out Valaverse.com. I picked this guy up, I believe, for $19.99. They had them on clearance, so you can pick them up. I also pick up things from Valaverse when they're wounded, if you will. Wounded means that the packaging's kind of beat up a bit, but the figure inside is A-OK. So check out the wounded section as well. So this Steel Brigade, Desert Steel Brigade, comes with a nice Action Force stand. You see right there, not too shabby. And they come with what you would expect, a bunch of these hands, right? So there you go. I got 2 of them bad boys because of the sale, but this is your average Steel Brigade from Valaverse in the Action Force line. They kind of look the same. He just happens to have the deco of the desert, right? So let's line him up with the Steel Corps. Let's swap these guys around a bit. Let's get this guy in the back. Move him on back there. So if we line up Desert Steel Brigade here, and we put him side by side with Steel Corps Commander, we can kind of see the difference. So that's what you're dealing with. You've got your Hasbro offering here for Steel Brigade. I think they call it Steel Corps because they could license that particular name. And then you have Valaverse's Action Force Steel Brigade. Now, the first thing you see immediately is the height difference. And this is what a lot of people are complaining about as far as the Steel Corps Commander figure, right? It's a bodybuilder, but it's short. So your whole army is going to be tiny. So that's not too shabby there. I mean, it's not too good, actually. All right, this one here is slightly different, but this is a similar body mold. So you'll see here I have some different accessories on this bad boy. But this is an Arctic Warfare Republic Guard, right? So now, if this is your first time with Valaverse, you know, they have a little bit of a la carte, which means, you know, you get to build your own action figure the way that you want. So this is the box that he came in. So you buy one of these, the Arctic Warfare Republic Guard. Now, I don't know how much this cost. I think they were like between $19.99 for just the guy. So he, you know, it's the body, the head, and one weapon. And then you got to buy the accessory pack. So that is his body right there. And then you can accessorize. So this is an accessory pack right here. Look at that. This is the Arctic Gear pack. I bought this on clearance too. You gotta take an eye, keep an eye on that wounded section of the Valaverse page, and you can get some good deals. Plus, they got some clearance right now too. You might be able to get this for clearance as well. But you'll see there, his breastplate is this one. Some of the weaponry comes out of this box. Yeah, not too shabby. And then the third thing you can get is they have these weapon packs. This is Weapon Pack Hotel from the Arctic section. So you'll see a lot of these like white guns here. And that's what's inside of it. Not too shabby. And the gun he's using is right there. I like these weapon packs too. And Valaverse has a cutout thing where you can get action figures as well, which is pretty neat. So you cut these out, get to like 20 or something. I can't remember exactly. You can send them in. You can get discounts on action figures. Maybe even action figures completely. I don't know. Maybe just pay for shipping. But, you know, check out the folks over at Valaverse. All right. What are we going to look at next? Okay, so I pulled out one of my Valaverse figures that I wanted to show off. Now, I am afraid to open this guy because he just looks way too cool. You know what I'm saying? This is the Steel Brigade Night Ops version. Look at him. Now, I think I bought him from Big Bad Toy Store. I think he was an exclusive. I don't see exclusive anywhere on the box. Oh yeah, there we go. Big Bad Toy Store exclusive right there. And I think he's pretty much hard to find at this point. So I'm afraid to open him, but man, does he not look amazing? Look at that for an army builder. So cool. Let's get in there. Look at the green eyes. Man. Now, you got to be careful with some of these Valaverse figures. What I recommend is if you buy a new one, just slam that guy in the drink. You know what I mean? Like get some hot water going, boil, put them in there to make sure none of the joints break. It's really sad if one of them actually does. And if you can get this Big Bad Toy Store version, I definitely recommend. Now here's some of the other figures in the wave. And I have some of these. I definitely have old Sergeant Slaughter here. I think I have Condor. That's not Condor. That's Duster. I don't think I have those two. I might have Trigger. I definitely have this guy. I definitely got the Cavalier. And I definitely got the Scarab. Because, you know, I like me some armor builders. All right, there's the card for y'all. This is for the Night Ops Steel Brigade. And now the cool thing about all this, I don't have the desert one around or I would show you all that, but the cool thing about this is that all these cards are different. So it's not like Steel Brigade is Steel Brigade is Steel Brigade, right? They make them all different, which is really nice. All right, so I actually did find the Desert Steel Brigade packaging. So here it is. You can see here, Desert Steel Brigade. Action Force. All right, so I saved the card back just to kind of show my point here, right? So here's the Desert Steel Brigade, the Republic of Texas. You know, it talks about how that, you know, he's in the desert. And then if you look at the Night Steel Brigade, pause there, it's completely different. This talks about how, the desert one talks about how Texas was not going to join New Colonia willingly. This republic could not be abandoned, so each side threw all their resources into the fight. So this is really nice. It's nice. This is custom. This is Steel Brigade, right? They both say Steel Brigade, but yet they're different. Look at that. So that's a good on you, Valaverse. That's a good on you. I really do like that. All right. So here's some of the other ones you can get in this wave here. Steel Corp's done fell over. Hasbro's not too happy right now. Yeah, I think I have this Desert Condor. Might have that. And I definitely have the Arctic Steel Brigade. I don't know. I might have that tracker. Well, since this is a review, since we're looking at Valaverse here, I've kind of done some size comparisons. Like you'll see here that the Brigade is actually taller than the Corpse from the G.I. Joe Classified. Now, keep in mind these Valaverse figures, your mileage may vary in price. They're probably going to be more expensive than G.I. Joe Classified, but, you know, keep that in mind. So, Steve's kind of captured right now. Lego Hand Snake Eyes is out there trying to save them. There's all kinds of craziness going on here in BAM Reviews. And, you know, I didn't want to just stop reviewing. So, you know, not much of a size comparison today. But let's go ahead and give a rating to, we're gonna rate Steel Brigade, right, from Valaverse. You've seen the desert version. You've seen the similar body mold anyway, with some customized accessories here from the packs of the Arctic version, and you've seen the Night Ops version in the pack. So as far as articulation and engineering, that's a thumbs up from me, buddy. You know what I'm saying? In my previous review, I gave the Steel Corpse a thumb sideways because he's a little too short, right? And he's a little too bulky in the upper half. Like, see the difference here between these two different versions of Steel Brigade? This guy looks like a football player. Right there, that's a football player. This guy looks like a trooper that's out in the desert and he's gonna mess somebody up. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this one, as far as Steel Brigade from Valaverse, it's a thumbs up. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room: affordability. All right, this is Valaverse. Valaverse tends to be a little bit on the expensive side, but they also come with a lot of accessories, right? Take a look at that Wounded Warehouse section of the Valaverse website. You can get some great deals there. They also have deals on most holidays where they give you percentages off. Take a look at that as well. Also, third tip, check out Big Bad Toy Store, because they sell open package versions of some of these Valaverse as well, and you can get them for great deals. So as far as affordability, I'm going to give them a thumbs up here, right? Pretty good, not too bad. Keep an eye for the deals, though. I mean, this could really hurt your pocket. Like, if you want to get a lot of these Steel Brigades like I do, and I'm a little bit of an army builder, like my boy in the back here, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. All right, let's go with the overall rating for Valaverse Steel Brigade from many different flavors. Pretty straightforward here. It's a thumbs up for me. All right? They're definitely worth it. If you can afford it, get 1 or 2 for your collection. If you can afford it, get 10 for army building goodness, right? Just keep in mind, throw them in the drink, heat them up, get those joints moving as you go. All right, this has been a BAM review. I am BAM. I review toys on YouTube. I do Valaverse reviews, G.I. Joe Classified reviews, G.I. Joe Modern, retro reviews. I do eBay hauls, yard sale hauls, you name it, I do it. I also have a series called BAM Bright, where I go over some lighting tips for your collections and some of the stuff that I'm doing with my personal collection here. But as far as this one, this has been a BAM review. I am BAM, and I'm out.